the first thing you're likely to do when you get to the campsite is essentially get ready for making sure your RV or camper is stable. So here's what you would see, how I have organized things. So this is the block that I use in front, and these are all the chocks, wheel chocks that I have. So I have 3 of them that I'm going to show you here, and then I would just take this out, which is for draining. If I'm dumping, I might sometimes use this. And the last unit, again, this is something that you most likely won't use unless you're in a campground that's really uneven. So these are the things that you might need in case you're getting to a campsite and are beginning to set things up. The other thing you would need is to figure out, is the camper actually level? So that's the tools that I have are all kept on the other side of the camper. So I'm just opening the other side, and here's where the toolbox is kept. So inside the toolbox, this red toolbox, if you open it, you will see a level that's kept inside. So that's the level, and it doesn't matter where you put it in the camper to see if it's level or not, as long as it's a level surface. So again, you can put it on the battery, which is a flat surface, or it could be inside the camper, which is also a flat surface. As you can see right now, the bubble that's in the middle, that should have been in the middle like that, right there in the middle. However, it is tilted. This tells me that the camper right now, even though it's standing on a almost a flat road, it is not completely level side to side. This is a scenario where you might need this big unit. Again, what you would do is put this big piece, which is the leveler, and it's got, as you can tell, there's multiple gradients on it. So in this particular case, since the level is off by just a little bit, most likely you don't even have to bother if you're in a real campsite. But if you're really particular about the camper being completely level, you would put that underneath the front of the wheel or the tire, or in the back, doesn't really matter. And based on whether you put it in front or back, you would drive the truck or the pull the truck over the level 1, level 2, or level 3 surface, so that the camper is actually level. The second most important thing, or the most important thing you should do, and this is something you would need in every campsite regardless of whether it is level or not, the first thing I do is, as soon as I know that the camper has been leveled and I'm ready to set up, what I do is put these wheel chocks behind and in front of the camper tires, so that we know that the camper is not going to move or roll down on you or away from you based on the slope that's there in the campsite that you're in. So again, these are really important critical steps, the first steps that you would do to make sure that you're ready to actually disconnect from the camper and actually take the truck away. We're going to do a quick video on how to unhitch the camper. So step number 1 is remove the weight adjustment bar. So you take that off, the clip off, the L clip, and then this clip needs to come out. And sometimes it may be a little hard because of the angle in which the camper is standing. There's a pin in front that he's removing. Once the pin is taken out, then remove the clip that is holding it. So that comes out, and the rod comes out right after. There's a similar rod on the other side. So there's 2 of these weight distribution rods, one on each side. So we're walking over to the other side of the camper now, and you can now see the same process being repeated. There's a pin in the front that is holding it, and then there's a pin that's holding the front of it. So that comes out, and that's all the rods. So these rods go inside the camper right here. That's locked right now. Okay, now we're going to do a video on how to the step number 2. So on this side, I usually keep the blocks, they're in a bag, and he's going to put this underneath the electric jack. Once it's in there, we're going to remove the lock with the key that's provided. Turn right, yeah, and then remove it, and then move the tongue back so that it's out of the way. Now you press the top button on the right, on the bottom, and that raises or pushes the camper hitch down. So now the camper hitch is going to come up. As the camper raises, it's going to come out of the ball in front of the jack. So here you'll start to see that it comes out. Slowly it's going to keep going up and come out of the ball completely. So you just have to hold the switch for it to continue to raise up, and now you can see the socket is coming out of the ball. So you just keep going to do this until it's completely out, and then we should be ready to get to next step. So now once the ball is out of the socket, there is these 4 things that we need to remove. 2 of the chains that are attached to the camper, and then the braking cable, which is the red cord, that needs to come out, and the last thing is your electric adapter. So that should be making the camper separate from the truck. So now that the truck is disconnected, he's just moving this forward, and that's pretty much it. You're now disconnected. Now you can lower the front jack a little bit so that the camper is leveled front to back. So now if you notice, the camper is coming down with this button being held, and then once that is done, you'll see that the camper is leveled front to back. And that's it. You're ready to go. Thanks for checking out Wanderfleet. We rent campers, RVs, cars, and motorcycles for trips with friends and family. If you found this video helpful, hit the like and subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next video. And if you know someone who might find this video useful, please share it with them. Thanks for watching.